is Andrea here. Excuse me, I am losing my voice. Alright, so this is the last page we did, and we are off to the next page. Let me get something to drink. There, that ought to help a little bit. Alright. So on this page, I am going to do a flip up, and then 2 flips on that flip up. So let's go ahead and show you what I've done. This is what I've done so far. Piece of paper there. Okay. So I used a die to cut the edge here. And this die I got from Crayalise. I'll put the link down below on where you can find her store online. If you want to buy it, it's up to you. I love this die. It works out really great. So that's what this flip looks like so far. So you fold that down. Let's go ahead and give you some measurements. A bazillion rulers, and I can't never find the one I'm looking for. Okay, so this one, let's go up to here. So this is 8 1/4 inches, and then it is 7 inches across. Alright, then I have, it's going to flip up like this, and then I have a flip that I did a test run before I put on the next flip. So this flip then flips up like that. And this flip is, I don't know where my other ruler is. Oh, this is from, I've been moving my room around, trying to get things organized. So everything's a little discombobulated. So this is 4 1/4 by 7, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch. It's up to you. I scored at a 1/2 inch, and then I made this flip. This is the flip that goes like this, and it's going to go right up under here, under this flip here. And then instead of cutting off the excess, I made it a pocket. So it's like gonna go like this. And this is the pocket that I'm gonna put in here. So this is gonna cover pretty much the whole flip down there. So you'll flip up, you'll have a pocket here, some space for a photo, and then you'll flip up again. The size of this flip is, it is going to have to be the right side of the ruler, and you want to take it to the longest part. I went on ahead and punched this with a punch. It's this Martha Stewart punch here. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can keep it straight lines. This one is 6 1/2 inches. Should be by 7, and it is. Okay, so that's our next flip. So before we put it in here, I want to go ahead and get it attached to the page. Put our paper aside. We got to get our pokey tool. And we got to get our glue. I need to remove the backing of the tape, like so. Okay. Do the same thing on that side. You're going to add a little bit of glue so that you have a good contact here. And you don't want it to stick before you're ready for it to stick all the way down. Okay. Make sure we're straight. Grab your bone folder and then just burnish it. Good glue. There we go. Open her up and burnish. I try not to put too much glue because it can warp your paper, but excuse me, I'm not always successful. So, now let's fix our pocket. And we just want a little tiny glue here. Try not to oversaturate like I do sometimes. Okay. And then fold it back, press it down, clean up any glue that may come off. Same on this side. Lay that down like so. Take my bone folder and just press. Just like that. Okay. So there's our flips. So this goes inside like that. Then it flips up like that, folds down like that. This flips up, and this flips up. Okay, so now we need some magnets before we glue it all the way down, because we don't want to forget them later. And I am really, really good at forgetting all those magnets. There's our first one. We need a little piece for this one here, and then a bigger piece once we get it to the other side. Press it down on the back. See, it's not that big of a piece. Remove the backing of the tape. And then fold it over and press it down. Now, you are ready to put your last piece of tape on top of that one. And those two are ready to go. Alright, now this one's going to go on a pocket and a flip. Really, there's no big deal on that because of the way I have it set up. But it can be a big deal if you don't set it up properly. So, because we have magnets here as well. Okay. Alright. Little piece of tape. That's going to go on here. Oh. Remove the backing of that one. And then press down. Okay, so here you can see why it's important to know where the other magnets are, because you can end up doing a really big build-up and then your page won't lay flat enough. But this is going to lay just fine for me. So I'm good with the way that it is right now. And we will leave it that way. Burnish that tape down. Do the same here. Okay. Perfect. Another thing you can do is take your corner punch and then corner punch this top flap. I would not corner punch the pocket flap, but it's up to you. Okay, let's put this in our book and see what else we could get into here. Besides getting the paper. We're not ready for paper yet. We'll get there though. Alright. This is our flip. And I'm just going to remove the backing and the tape here. We're going to put a little bit of glue on here. I'm going to try not to saturate the, I got to try opening it first. Okay, now we got it open. Okay. I'm going to turn my book upside down because I like to be able to see this edge like right up close and personal. So that's what I need to do here. Just makes me feel better to get it right up to that edge. Get our little rag, clean that up. All right, so that goes there, and since I have this flip, and it's a heavy flip, but it's going to get even heavier once we get this paper on here. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put 2 magnets here and here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do on this one. This page. So, get us some more magnets. So that means you need 4 because it needs to come back oh brother, to the opposite side of the page. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this again. So I want to work on this part of this side of it. There we go. Oops, sorry y'all. Y'all almost fell out. Sorry about that. So I think I want to put them up in this corner. Be careful though, because you don't want them so far in a corner that when you go to put your paper on here that it looks funny. You don't want it to look wonky. So let's see. Maybe the best way to do that would just come down the side. Yeah, I think I'm going to just do the side. And it's going to connect on both sides down there. Okay. I just want to press down that tape, so I don't want it to lift up on me. Let's get our scissors. Put a piece on the left magnet and the piece on the right. Okay. Now let's pull our book back to us and bring our paper back. Try to get it as straight as possible because you don't want it to be crooked. Okay. No. Did I take it off? Yeah. I did. Gotta press hard. I think I even come in here with my pokey tool. I have an impression there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this there. There we go. So sometimes you can have a little problem, but it worked out. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we can start with our paper. And I have cut this out because you can't, you can if you want to. If you're going to work with die cuts while making a mini album, you are going to want to use the die cut and cut your paper and the cardstock that you're using at the same time. And that's what I did with this one, but it didn't do the rest of the papers. So we get to do that together. But isn't that pretty? So I got the castle. That's the paper I'm using. And I got, is that picked? Where are my papers? There we go. I got another castle, and I thought I would put it in here, but you know, I think that'd be a little too much. So let's just go with the opposite side of the paper. Plus, I really like this one too. So I think that this is like the window in the castle looking at another castle. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you if that's the way you want to see it. I like seeing it that way. So maybe I'll put the window here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I will. That's going to be our big page here. So let's get that over there. I need to see where to cut here and here. Try to make it even. So I'm going to mark it in 2 spots with a pencil that is not a mechanical pencil. They break so easy. I'm so heavy-handed. Okay, there's that spot. There's that spot. So let's get that cut first. Now I can cut it down the size. Alright. I won't get the whole bottom, but I think I'll get enough to make my point on this page. Okay, let's cut that off. I missed the mark altogether. That's okay. We'll just keep on going. Okay, that should be better. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let me get my ink out. Try to ink as we go, so that way when I make them stickers, it'll just be quick. Okay, so those two are done. Now we have to work on this section here. So let's go ahead and work on this big piece. Maybe I want to use a little bit of the wording here. Yeah, I do. But I'm going to turn it around. Again, it's just easier for me. You do it however you want to do it. Just clean up a little bit. I'm just going to move this stuff to the side. There we go. We will use it again, just not while we're cutting. All right. Pull up there. Okay. It's gonna have to go this way. I need to cut it there, and I need to cut it here. Okay, be right back with the cutting. Okay, so done cutting this one. Put a little ink on there, and we're just moving right along. So let me just move this up a little further, because now we're working on this piece here, here, and here. All right, and here. So let's start with this inside piece. This piece is going to go here. So let's find something that kind of matches without having to be too match. So maybe like that. Or not. I don't think I like that. Let's see. What we got here? This is too small. So let's check out our other papers. You have as many papers as you like, as long as it goes with what you're working with. That boy is going to bark every time I talk. Leave it to my baby to get its point across, whether somebody's busy or not. Let's see here. Oh, goodness. Well, let me look at this. Or not. I think I could use this portion here. Yeah, I can. Alright, that's what we're going to do. Mark it there. Then we're going to mark it up here. Then we'll cut it. Let's try that again. There. Right there. Okay, that is perfect to me. Okay, it's not the same size as that one, so I just wanted to double check. It is the same size as that, but this is a pocket, so we have to put 2 pieces there. All right, so that's really good. Put that there like that. Go with our pockets. We have these scraps from the window. Oh my goodness, that fits perfect. Well, we found one. Okay, that goes there. I could probably get this. No. I can get this one in. Yeah. It's about 1/4 of an inch that I have to cut. And you can see on this side I have 1/4 of an inch left as well. So let's get that done. Go up in here. So I have to cut out a little bit more. And let's, no, it's cut straight. Okay, good. Good. Okay, that is perfect. Just want to push it in just a little bit more. Test it out with our window. Oh, that's great, but I think maybe I'll do the window this way. Yes, I like that. All right. That goes there, there. Now we have this piece. I think this one would be pretty there. So let's get her cut down. I don't know why I name everything her. But you can name it her, him, Pookie, whatever you want to name it. Okay. See if this is what I like better. Because I have this one, it's gonna go here. Okay, that looks fantastic. I love it. All right, so we get all our pieces in a pile, but before you pile them and leave them, put them away, I'm gonna mark this one 1, this one 1. This is 2, this is 2. This is 3, this is 4, 3, 4. And then we have 6, big middle, 6. I'm gonna do here. Okay, this is 5. 5. And then this one is going to be 7. So that is 7. Now we do have to make a tag for our pocket, so let's not forget that. Let's see what we can do for a tag. It doesn't need to be very big because it's not a really big pocket. So put this away. that, and that for a nice size tag. Of course, not being that extremely big. So let's pick one. I think I'm gonna go with this. Okay. Alrighty. And I think I'm gonna go with, let's see what we have here. I'm gonna go with 3 inches wide by 6 1/4 inches long. Okay, 3 inches wide by 6 1/4 inches long. Okay, let's see how that works. Ooh, that's perfect. That's awesome. It fits perfect. Alright, so you got the measurement for that. And what I may do is go ahead and put some journaling paper on the back of this. Okay, so now that's all done, I am going to ink it all up, get it all stickified, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, we are back and I got everything stickified and inked up. So let's start putting our pieces on. I think I'll start with the front. That's this one here. I used the Xyron Creative Station to make these into big old stickers. And you do want to fold over any excess glue that may come off when you pull it off of your sheet. So be wary of that. Okay. And voila. Okay. Now we can open her up. We can put on this one. Press down. Okay. Let's get rid of the backing of the tape on here. There, and we need to put our window in here. Yep, that's for our window. Peel off carefully because sometimes it will ripple on you and that will fold the edges of your paper and you don't want that to happen. If you should happen to get some of this glue part left over onto the page, don't worry about it, just grab an eraser and erase it. Okay. Make sure to press around your magnets securely so that it will stay in its place. Just like so. And then we'll turn our top to us. These are the stickers for it. There we go. So let's start with the inside top. That is this piece here. There we go. Okay. And remember, it needs to face up in that way. Get up to our score line, but not on the score line. Be very careful of your score line. Okay. Now we have basically our front, our inside, and the other inside. Now we're going to go over to number 1. And that is this one here. Remove our tape backing. Okay, I'm going to go this way. Try to get it as even as possible around that magnet, because if not, that magnet will pop your paper up unless you're using really small magnets. Let's get this out the way. This one too. Okay. Now we have 2, 3, and 4. Let's go with number 2. Okay, goes like this. Alright, press firmly around that magnet. Then we have 3 and 4, so let's get rid of the backing of this tape. And let's do number 4. Got to get enough paper to go over the magnet off to the other side of the magnet on all 4 sides of the magnet. Otherwise, this paper will lift up around it. Any paper would. Alright. Then we have 3. And 3, we're going to need a little bit of glue to help us out. Yeah. This way it can slide around on the inside of that pocket. And I don't have to worry about it sticking before I'm ready for it to stick. So always slide it in, at least on one side. down and through. Go like this. Okay. Like that. Perfect. Put that in our recycle bin. Press this down. I love how that turned out. Got a little pocket here. That closes, and we need to put our tag here. Not tag, but paper. Alright. That does not go there. Oops, stay down. Oh Lord. Okay, so this is too small for here. Let me get another piece. Oh brother. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Yeah, this is much better. Okay. Let's get our cutter down. Just when you thought we were done. No, no, no. Not if you leave it up to me. Maybe we ought to go with, what if we go with a little sideways castle? That might work. Let's grab our pencil. You don't need a really big gap, just enough. Just enough. Okay. Now we want to try to even it all the way around. I only need to mark one side. We're going to mark that one. Cut that down. There we go. I think this castle is so pretty. Yes, so I'm going to go with a little bit of wet glue after I ink my edges. Ink, ink, ink. It just blends better. You don't have all that white stuff showing on the sides. This blends right into whatever page you're working on. So if you're doing red, then you might want to ink your paper up with red ink. Pink, blue, whatever the color may be. Okay. Then we're just going to glue it. And yes, you can just glue. You don't have to use tape. No matter which way you go, just remember it's going to be costly if you make a lot of them. So it's going to be, am I going to spend a lot of money on glue, on tape, or whatever machine I can use? So that's what that's about. And I chose to do all three. I chose to do all three. I have glue, tape, and the Xyron machine. Oh man, I got it. Got a bunch of stuff. Alright, so we are here, here, and here. So let's go ahead and work on that tag. And I bet this is for the tag. Duh. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Alright, I got some scrap paper here. And I'm just going to put my tag, the one that we had that didn't fit our page. I'm going to put it right on here. This is the wonderful thing about scrap paper. And I'm going to cut it down. You can use your scissors, your paper cutter, doesn't matter. This should be about the right size. Yay! Alright, so now there is no waste, and I'm not as shocked as I was before. Okay, there is our tag. Get our tag in here. Move our glue. I love, love, love this. And I love that. Look at the castle on top. That's so beautiful. I need to put a little clippy there. Hold that glue down until it's dry. Yeah. I can keep pressing it if I want, but I don't want to hold it the whole time, so we'll just put that there. And then this is where we have our pocket and some more photo places. So, alright, we have to cut down our black cardstock. And that's okay. We could do it. Put a little power to it. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. So we're going to bring it down about half of what it was. Okay. We're going to do the same on this side. And the same over here. Say hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
That's okay, honey. It's okay. They like to hear your voice, by the way. No, that you should read the comments. All right, there we go. We now have our tag that fits in the pocket. Oh, you know, before I do that, do I want to put a piece? Oh no, I'm not going to do that, because remember I said I'm going to do all my decorating at the end. So let's let that be the case, and we'll just make sure our pocket is nice and, it is nice and sturdy, but it's kind of tight. Okay. Alright, still a little tight, but we'll get that fixed. Alright, there we go. That is in. That is drying. And that is done. I hope you guys enjoyed this page. Please leave any comments or suggestions down below. I'll be glad to get back to you if you have any questions. Have a great one. Bye.